Good morning. It is Saturday, August 29th, and I've started my day starting to feel normal again. I went to a far place of exhaustion yesterday making sure I had a bed. Because, yesterday was not a good day. Yesterday I had a list of things to do, and then I discovered, that odd smell is mold. And now that I've discovered it, it's much worse because I've exposed it to the surface instead of keeping it covered under plastic as it had been, and I all of a sudden had to take care of it immediately. But with the help of Mom and Mike, I did. And I was able to sleep in my own bed again. New waterbed mattress, new liner. We weren't able to figure out what caused it, but most likely, since it wasn't around the valve, it was probably a break on one of the corners, because the corners are a piece that is a seal. So it was probably one of those, and it was slow. It wasn't like the water had all poured out or anything. But by the time I went to bed, the fact that you can still see all the plastic mattress shows I was exhausted. I did not bother with sheets. I grabbed my two blankets and a few pillows. I still have all the pillows in there that need pillowcases and all that. I didn't get these rails because there's padded rails that go on the edges so you don't bump into sharp wood. Like, I didn't bother with those. I did end up having to put this over, which hurt so much because I was out of it. But I said I'd just fight through it, put it up there so the pillows wouldn't fall back behind it. But I'd meant to do that today because I want to clean it first, and I guess I'll still plan to clean it before I put stuff back on it. It's like the house is a weird mix of clean because my mom was over here for a while, and while Mike was doing stuff, she just cleans, and dirty because there's like all sorts of like towels and like things where she too was very exhausted, and at a certain point we're like, and we're done. It's like project not fully taken care of. Right now I think I'm gonna just try and pull all the bedding like off to a side to let the plastic be exposed to air. Hopefully it'll cool down because it's still, I mean, it's not hot, but it's still not cool to the touch because we filled it with hot water because that's what got connected to. So, I like it to be a bit cooler. But like in here, there's still just all the pillows everywhere. I'm like, okay, whatever. I was just out of it. But we got it done, and today is a new day. We'll try and sort some of those things out. I'm not really sure what's going on and all, but hopefully today goes better than yesterday. And I made more buffalo chicken dip with the other half of the chicken that I'd gotten to make the first batch. So that'll be a delicious lunch, breakfast. I don't know. I'm used to like looking over there to figure out what time it is because that's where my alarm clock goes, but I haven't gotten things put back yet. So I'm like, and I don't know what time it is. I might have set all the ice packs in my freezer on the bed, see if it'll just lower the temperature a little bit. And we're gonna go get some Applebee's. Ethan looks so energetic today. So much energy. So yeah, whatever. The whiskey, bacon, barbecue, something, burger, I don't know. It's a very large. We'll make it fit. And that was a nice treat, getting to go out to lunch with family. I just gone over to Mom's to get, she washed my blankets, as well as this cushioned top that goes on top of the actual waterbed mattress. I mean, it's thin, but it's a little bit of cushion. And it came clean, which I'm really grateful for. Because it's what actually gets tucked around with elastic around the mattress, so it, like, all the edges were underneath there where it was wet and moldy. Like, I kind of figured I'd lost it. I was gonna have to replace it, and it's gonna add up quite a bit more to the expense. But it was salvageable, so I can put off replacing it. And so yeah, ultimately the overall expense of replacing the bed wasn't that much. Still was a lot of stress and work yesterday, and I still gotta get the bed made and dust things off, finish plugging some stuff back up. But overall, not too bad. But I still got all these pillows that I need to get pillowcases for, so probably start working on actually getting the bed put back together. And after I got things plugged back in, hooked up, all organized on the headboard, got that wiped off, I decided just to leave all the blankets off the bed for a while longer. Just letting it cool down. Actually seems like it's pretty good at this point. Should be a lot more comfortable this evening than I was last night. And then I spent a couple of hours trying to learn a piece of software that I got on a recent Humble Bundle. Campaign Cartographer. Now, a couple hours is not a large amount of time to spend trying to learn a piece of software. I did find that the make fractal noise for lines to make coastlines works well, and that's a good thing that it does. I also found that when you try to take objects and use the layer properties to send them back or forward or whatever, it will just ignore you, and it will not do what you ask. Which means I can't put text in the little text frame for the map label because the text is behind it, and even though I sent the frame to the back and the text to the front, it says, nah. And when I tried to export it as something other than its own built-in file type, it didn't let me choose options for how big to export it as. It decided that was going to be full size. And that's a thumbnail. And if it doesn't have options for me to choose how I want to export it, then it's not going to do me any good, and I probably shouldn't really spend more time trying to learn the piece of software, because it's garbage. Sorry, but you're garbage. Oh well. Couple hours, kinda wasted. I can still probably use that as a concept when building it in something else, but oh well. Probably ought to not be wasting so much time working on maps and such anyways. Not sure what I should be doing, but probably not that. Okay. That seemed too bad to be true, and I played around with it a little bit. There were edit options for how to export it. I had to dig through to find them, unlike most image software that just says, hey, what do you want to do? But I found them. So I can at least, make it where it's a decent size. I'll be able to put in text in another software later. I might play with it a little more, but it's already kind of angered me. So we'll see. But at least what I've done so far, I can use, and I know that. And I got the bed ready enough. I still haven't done all the pillows. I'm just lazy this weekend. I don't know. The weekend started off totally off track, and I've just not been able to get back on track. Heated up chicken dip. That'll be dinner, and I'll be getting to bed. I don't know. There's definitely a lot of better things I should have done today, but instead I wasted a lot of time learning a program that turned out to not be worth learning. But you know what? I gave it a shot. probably be better off just using like a generic like photo editing, like GIMP or something. Oh well. Maybe I'll find something else to try, but that'll be all later. Probably should have spent the time editing or doing laundry or whatever. Oh well. Hindsight 2020. Hopefully I do better next time. Thank you for joining me and join me as my journey continues. Bye.